back to people don't have the vision that you have. They don't have the dreams that you have. They can't see what you see. And it it's not easy because me especially, I'm a very emotional person, very. And and so I have had to learn to navigate. We talked about, the intellectual piece and the emotional piece and how you have to really marry these, to have this beautiful balance, the yin and the yang, the light and the dark. And you have to embrace all of those things about yourself to really, navigate life a little more gracefully. But it certainly didn't take. This is not overnight. This is continuous work. This is that improvement a little bit every time. This is not taking things personally. But when I first started, I was probably midway through. I was kind of dived a little bit into entrepreneurism throughout life. But my brother, he said something to me that was so triggering and so hurtful, because you grow up with these people and they're your life. That's who you love and who you fight with and who you do all the things with, and they're your people. And you feel that they should be like, have your back all the time. And maybe because you do or what have you. But he said something, and I did not do business for 2 years. Two
Wow.
years after that, because it affected me so much. I allowed it to affect me. That's the key too. My perception, my beliefs led me to feel that I wasn't worthy, that what I was doing was ludicrous, that I should be doing something else, that I should just be working for somebody else to provide for my girls. I've been a single mom for a long time. And so it's been, working a couple of jobs, really the fight for survival. And so it was difficult to dream. And I think there's also different times in life where we can really navigate those dreams. And that's putting that practicality piece into it, right? Maybe it's not the right time, but you start to prepare, in the meantime. What are the things that you're listening to? What are the ways that you're growing in order to, when you are ready to step into that position and that form of light in the world, you're more prepared because you were putting in the work in a different way. And you can say that for physical ailments or anything that happens in life. It's just, what are you doing to seek that progress and that improvement? I also think that that's why we, want to get out of bed every single day, is because we have something to look forward to improve with ourselves or to serve somebody else. But when it comes to family and friends, they're not always going to be there along the way. When we talk about, who are the 5 people that inspire you the most, and those should be the people in your wheelhouse, right? It doesn't mean it has to be physical people. It could be people who inspire you through books, through audibles, through podcasts, through talk shows, right? All of those things, even historical figures. But those are the people that you want to concentrate on, that you want to inspire to be like. And I heard somebody say something that was really brilliant when it comes to family. We think that we need to be around people that are negative because they're blood, or because they're friends, or because that's what life is right now, right? And at the same time, you're not going to change that until you choose to change that. Let's take our mothers, for instance, right? You're like, well, it's my mom. I have to be around my mom. But your mom is one of the most negative people on the planet, right? Like, they're always talking negatively, or always, they're in their rut. They're in their story continuously. And it just drains you every time you're near them. Well, guess what? There's holidays that we can spend time with our parents, right? And time with our siblings. That's a beautiful thing about stepping into adulthood. That's the choice and advantages that we get being an adult. We don't have to be in that environment if we don't want to.
Interesting. Now, doesn't that make you a little bit? I'll give you an example. In sales, you're told rejection is just like it's part of the game. Like, if you
Mhm.
get into sales and you don't expect to get rejected, then you're in the wrong industry, right? Someone likened sales to basically being a football player that's that doesn't want to be tackled, right? Wrong sport, going
Right.
to swimming. So in a way, you almost become numb to it, right? And the
Yeah.
same thing with family. when you have so much negative, especially the people around you, the blood relatives that obviously you distance yourself, doesn't that start to make you a little bit cold? So let's so in a
Mm,
way,
yeah,
in a way, it kind of,
yeah.
because I'm looking at it from a perspective of what my sister did, and I remember I was talking to a friend, and he said, if I was you, dude, I would have blocked numbers. I would block numbers, emails, Skype, even though we don't use Skype
Mm,
anymore, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, every single platform, and in a way, doesn't it make you cold, because you have to almost say, no, I refuse to engage with you. It's like,
mm,
they text me like, well, I'm not going to. I'll see you on Christmas. I'll see you on Thanksgiving. Right? Doesn't it
yeah.
is there's an element of you, that element that we become almost a different person to be able to deal with that part of ourselves, especially when you have to numb it down. Like a mother that doesn't
Yeah.
support you.
This is a question that I have contemplated in my mind so many times in life. And I've gone to extremes where I delete and I separate myself completely, sever myself from people in my life that I realize are no longer serving me and they're not going where I'm going. And I think that there is a benefit to that. And I think that also there is lessons in that. And I think that there is a way to be graceful in certain things. The biggest thing that I have learned to know is that we are all on our own life journey, that we're all on our own spiritual journey, so to speak. I liken this as a mother, and I think that, when we have our children, we want so much to protect, to guide, to shelter. We don't want them to have the hardships and the experiences of life, because life is hard. It's hard for all of us, right? If we have that idea of it, and things happen, no matter what, we're not going to get away from that. And we're here to experience that at the same time. So knowing that, I think, is very helpful. It has been for me, that knowing that we're each on our own journey, then that's okay. It's okay, whatever they say, do, act, that's them. It has nothing to do with me.